large companies. So I still remember when I first got to know Hilton hotel chain as a customer, you just don't know how to deal with them because they're so big. And they have over 3,000 hotels. But the thing is, you have to be, genuine. From my experience, you need to do whatever you can to help them. And when you can help them, no matter how big they are, then you get in.
That's right.
Then you get orders. Then, you have a lot of problems. Not enough products. So Huawei or China Mobile, they will work with you. Then also we have many companies here, like Aon. Aon, as I was telling other friends, when I first saw Aon building the name, when drives through this 110, what do they do? Wonder. Until I met, Lisa and Yuan, start to know about them. So I hope, every company here, just give you like 5 minutes. Like, I like to start with, Huawei, and tell us what exactly you do that will have connection with a company like myself, or company with her, or company with him. Because when you talk about Huawei or China Mobile, or Greenland, or Aon, or Wells Fargo, people see. And the PwC, how can you help us? And so let's kind of, give ourselves a little bit of a, explanation, and give us something that will, connect. Like Mr. Gold, a very large, law firm, over 100 years old. And I just had a chance to law firm. The law firm.
I'm going to make you the ambassador.
And everyone will remember you.
It's a huge company, but I think China Mobile is bigger than us. I think I really, really appreciate everybody coming here. It's an honor. We just joined the ACCS 2 weeks ago. It's a great honor to be on this platform, to have all these opportunities to get connected to everybody. Myself, real quick, I have been living in Southern California for the last 15 years. So I went to USC. I consider myself half local now, all right? So in terms of Huawei is a Chinese company founded in 1988. So our founder also started the company with $2,000 US. Okay, so only 25 years, the company grew to 160,000 employee company. We did $60 billion US dollars revenue last year. We have offices around 140 countries. And I think the most amazing thing about Huawei is Huawei's, look at the $40 billion revenue, 70% of the revenue are from outside of China because we produce cell phones, pads, so it's a kind of a networking or telecommunication infrastructure vendor or provider, equipment provider. Right? So definitely there's no competition between Huawei to the rest of it.
We're the parent company. So we have more than 600 million subscribers back in China. But for the US operation was just starting. So we have less than 10 employees right now in Southern California. So we don't have any problem like a big company you mentioned, Robert just mentioned, you have big when we do with a big company, you don't know how to deal with it when you are small. But we're pretty small here. So I think most companies here have much more employees than us, okay? So China Mobile USA is trying to expand the business here. The first product that we provide right now is an application on a smartphone. Its name is Jaguar, which means just easy to go. Some of the people may use it, we just started January this year. China Mobile is trying to expand their international market by acquiring some of the companies. Like in Hong Kong, they acquire one mobile company, and in Pakistan they acquire another mobile company. Probably Huawei know more about it because I think we use a lot of equipment from Huawei. You know.
We do billions of dollars business
Yes.
with China Mobile, right?
Good.
With our-
Including in the US too.
They are one of our biggest customers.
So right now our operations only cover like USA, UK. We have UK office, we have USA office. Our international headquarters actually is in Hong Kong. So the business just started here, so then we need a lot of support from the different kind of company like your law firm, like PwC. We already have a connection with PwC.
Deborah.
Yeah, you know that. He's famous. He's famous. She's famous. So I appreciate that Robert give a chance to meet all the guys here, and hopefully we can talk about that to make deals. Okay, with all the people here.
Deals.
Thank you.
So I'm not a CEO, so I do not know the business very well, but I know very well why I'm come here. I need to know the friends. I need to set a network because Greenland is still new in here. So Greenland actually is a big real estate company in China. It is listed in the 500 Fortune. It is very aggressively developed in the U.S. market. So you probably already have heard about, we have a metropolis in the area city. So this is project one. The other one, actually this year, we have a very, very big project in the New York City. So I mentioned I'm not the CEO person, so I really want to meet all the friends here because I see the Mr. Golden here. A few days ago, I just had a meeting with Mr. Golden.
Oh, really? He was
Yeah.
there at the opening ceremony.
Yeah, definitely we have the cooperation. Mr. Golden will help us to do
She could be a CEO.
No, I cannot. I cannot. I just give an example, Miss Golden as our friend. So we really need everyone here help because we are new, and we are very ambitious to grow our business in here. So we need all of you to support, and in the end, everyone will buy Greenland's building.
I happen to be the chairman of the World Trade Committee of Los Angeles Economic Development Corporation, and we're going to put you on our staff because you do such a good job of bringing business into Los Angeles.
Thank you.
So I'm very, very proud. But it's so nice to be here and meet all these people, many of whom I know, and of course Greenland. And Christina, of course, is doing a wonderful job, and we love Christina. She's fantastic. Thank you,
She's our
Christina.
COO.
But it's just been a wonderful experience working with all these wonderful companies from Shanghai. And we've had, I met with China Mobile when I was in Shanghai, and I think in Shenzhen also. We've had several meetings with them, and with all the great companies, it just a great experience. And Suyan has been joining me. Suyan joined our law firm about a year ago, and she's given us a direction which we've never had before, and that is someone who is Chinese, speaks Chinese, and gets along so well with all you folks. And we thank you very, very much for inviting us. And if we're not a member, we're going to become a member.
Well, oh, yeah.
Honor to be here and to be with all of you. It's such an honor, and to get to know you better. I think I've probably met most of you here in the past in different functions, but thanks Robert again to bring us together in this this kind of group, small enough for us to communicate with each other. And thanks for Huawei to be our excellent client.
Thank you.
And so Aon compared to Huawei is a small company. We only have 59,000 employees around the world. But we do Aon. If you haven't heard about Aon, Aon also sponsors the Man U, the football team, the soccer team. So sometimes we become the Aon who's, Aon's go Aon, Aon, you're so bad today. But we are not really the one playing. But we are a risk management firm. We are providing risk management consulting. We do insurance advisories and for our client. We quantify, what's 风险嘛评估 quantify risks, transfer risks for our clients. When it comes to transfer, that's become insurance buy-in. So we become an insurance broker. So with all we do, I think the key here is to connect with everybody. Yuan and I, we run the China operation for Aon in the U.S. What we do, we really a bridge between our Chinese clients who's doing business in the U.S. Primarily, of course, Greenland has been one of the great examples of Chinese company making investment in Los Angeles. And we have been having the pleasure to discuss risk management matters with Greenland. And hopefully in the future we would have an opportunity with all of you to see what we can do to help you. In the mergers acquisition area, we have been very successful helping clients to close deals and better execution. And then IPOs, and I'm not here to really market Aon, but more about what we can do to bring to the table. That is increase the value of your business. I think we're here just to try to help try to be a partner to everyone and to do better business. I just had this pleasure meeting Denise. I think we certainly could have a lot of synergy in the business. Yeah, this is what. And of course, we are using Jago, by the way,
okay.
And it's fabulous. And we, it's a very, very clean line. You could talk to China, and very easily. So thank you so much to bring the product.
I'm the chief correspondent of Xinhua News Agency, Los Angeles Bureau. It's a small bureau, but we in charging of doing the report in Western America. We directly cover the news for 8 U.S. states, and indirectly because we have 2 other bureaus in Houston and San Francisco, but we are the regional headquarters. So actually, we are in charging of the news coverage of the whole Western USA. Maybe not everybody ever heard of Xinhua. What I can tell you briefly is that Xinhua is the biggest media in China. That's maybe the very short sentence for Xinhua. So if you really want to know more, we can send you some materials about Xinhua. But our primary job here is to cover the news in Western America. So I would be very happy if any one of you can tell us some very interesting stories, maybe in your investment, or maybe in your relations of local governments, or maybe in your responsibilities to bring some new inventions or some new Chinese customers here. Anything you feel is news value, you can send us an email. Okay.
Actually, I have one for you.
In the United States to negotiate with the government agencies to see if we can get free grants based on your investments, based on your locations, free grants, free monies, free benefits, and then before you even come to the United States, okay, and then we'll do the negotiations for you because of the existing relationships we have with the government agencies, government officials around the whole United States. And then if you're already here, then we'll take a look and see if we can get specialized tax incentives for you. Sometimes we can even amend your refunds and get the money back from Uncle Sam. Then, because I'm sure all business here is paying a lot of taxes to Uncle Sam. Maybe not as much as when you're in China or in other countries, but over here, everything is very direct. You have to give your money to Uncle Sam. If you're not, you're in trouble, right? But so why don't we help you guys to get the money back from Uncle Sam? And free money is legal. And then at the same time, we can try to help you to minimize taxes. That's the reason why we're providing services to China Mobile, Deborah. For me, it's a specialized field. I'm the only one who speaks Chinese in this field.
Her area is really for the business side. Most of my CPA members is focused on the individual side. What happened in the last 2 years?
I worked in under my uncle, Mayor of Uragosa, from 2007 to 2010. So I connect local government and state government to private business here in the city.
Yes, with personal and commercial I do typically commercial real estate loans and line of credit for business. We target middle market client from 25 million to 1 billion, and a lot of international import-export companies. And I just want to add that actually Wells Fargo is the only bank that's expanding in Asia and China. We have over 600 people in Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Taiwan. I don't think any other U.S. bank has that presence in China. So that's our target in the next 5 to 10 years is to expand in China. So that's all I want to say.
So hi everybody, my name is Simone Lu, and I'm with Wells Fargo Advisors in Beverly Hills office. And thank you, Robin, so much again for having us. So basically, yeah, part of Wells Fargo, and we work together with colleagues like Mr. Song, and also a lot of CPAs, attorneys. And basically what I do is like I work like a quarterback for business owners, families, and helping them investment side. As you know, the U.S. tax is really high. The interest rate is very low. The market is great and sometimes really bad. So we help business owner, like in a way, create a win-win situation, how to diversify the portfolio, how to reduce the risk, and provide the best that we can. And just adding to what Mr. Song said, we are also like one of the largest, U.S. bank, and also Warren Buffett's favorite bank. He said if there's one bank he's going to invest, gonna be Wells Fargo. So like, if there's anything we can do for you, please contact us.
Actually, I know Robert through my son and his son because they are the buddy in the high school. So a couple of years ago, I went to Robert's home, and then we get to talk a lot. I mean, besides business like antique or collection, and then even because I know feng shui too, so we get to know something. Okay, and today I'm here to represent two associations. One is the Overseas Chinese Business Exchange, and the other one is the Chinese American Real Estate Association. I'm the company president. So actually, 2 months ago, we have the honor to have Derek to have the speech for us already, because we have to. We want to educate all the realtor that what they can, they have to know in order to educate their client. So that's very good topic. And also on that association, we have a meeting every month, and then we have a speaker with all different fields. So I'm hoping like one day I can ask Linda to have the speech for us. So that's one association. And the other one is Overseas Chinese Business Exchange. It's a pretty new association. It's only like 6 years. I'm the last year and this year's president. And we have all the first generation, second generation Chinese, either from China, Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan. So we are all like small business, not like all the big CEO here. But we have the platform that we meet every month too, to introduce each other and help each other and have all the Chinese like united and then just make the money together. Yeah, so that's about it. Okay, thank you everybody.
Yeah, basically we have a TV station here. The digital TV station is 62.2, broadcasting in entire Los Angeles, nationwide, and also have web-based TV program. Meanwhile, we still have another company, so it's like a construction company in here. It's a general engineering and general building contractor here. We do the development about the real estate and also including commercial and residential. And we do construction for commercial and residential as well. So if you want to discuss something real estate development in here, so we can do some help. And also you want to build something, we can do some help for that. Okay, thank you everybody.
We have Greenland here. My name is Liev. It's L-I-E-V, and Russian means lion, but I'm a pussycat. I love swimming under my, actually this is about 2% of the time I wear a suit. Most of the time I'm on shorts and tennis shoes or swimming at the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center. What we do as a company, we founded in 1993. We do product development and product to market. In today's day and age, it's very critical for companies or individuals, inventors, to get their product to the market in a short time. Short time could be sometimes 3 months. Sometimes it could be 9 to 18 months. And so if Apple is developing a new, let's say, phone that is going to meet your needs, and Samsung wants to beat them to the ball game, my job is to try to help Samsung to get that product maybe in 6 months, while Apple is maybe developing and getting it there in 12 months. One of the things that we're working on a lot is on water development into electricity. So anywhere there's a waterfall or rivers flowing, instead of adding, let's say, 2 or 3 turbines that create a tremendous level of pollution in the neighborhood, I take the current turbines, the current structure of a water dam, and try to duplicate or double the energy level that we're producing. Or keep the same level of energy, but take half the water that you're using to produce that electricity and convert it into irrigation or water or drinking water, you know. So those are the kind of fun products that we work with. We're based in Santa Barbara, Little Rock, which is 60 miles north of here, near the aircraft corporations, and Los Angeles. I'm originally Russian, so we're very math-oriented, so software is basically my ball game. And I work with some 2 or 3 partners, one in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where I lived for 8.5 years, one in Bangalore, India. I actually worked for Azim Premji, which was at the time the richest man in India, very, very modest. He used to take economy class flights because I complained to him, why is he flying me to Bangalore, a 34-hour flight on economy? He says, well, I fly economy. So I said, okay, he's done with me. Can I go in shorts? He says, oh, I don't care how you dress. So, so I have worked worldwide, and it's a pleasure to be here and be part of this event with Mr. Robertson and his guests. Thank you very much.
What we do, I wish I had a camera crew here, because your speech, I agree, your speech was letter perfect. It's exactly what we want to do with the TV show. It's exactly what we want to do. And so I'm sitting here kind of with my mouth watering as if I'm ready to eat a nice big steak, because this is rich. And there's culture rich here within this room. And it's always good to be around people who are, while all people are equal in a way, it's great to be around people who are movers and shakers and doers, who really move in the community and who are a part and serve the community, not just for business, but as service. We do 2 things. I'm here for 2 reasons. I have a company called Fit to Play that I am the creator and founder of. When I left the professional sports field, I wanted to give back, so I wanted to do youth programs. I spent a lot of time. I put a few people on the national team in coaching on both the women's and the men's soccer teams. I did the first NBA basketball clinics on the Forum parking lot. I did 800 African-American girls in an hour. So we do programs that move lots of people very quickly. And I've written lots of programs for a lot of sponsors. I did the Chiquita Challenge nationally for Chiquita. I did the 1994 World's Legend Tour for Snickers. So we're looking to go to China. We've been given permission. My business development director is here, who assisted me in signing the first contract of any American to be allowed to go into every school in China, to have access to 270 million children under the age of 17, plus their teachers, plus their parents. So in addition to what we teach, a lot of people think we're a sports program, but we're an educational charity. So we write videos and we do lots of value message programs. We've done 355,000 children here. We will start our 17th year of business March 18th. And we're now in a very big expansion mode. So companies that want to have grass levels marketing to reach families and children, to get their product and their brand and their logo in front, and to have that loyalty that follows. When we did the surveys following the World Cup here, when the Chinese women and the American women played, we did the survey afterwards. 92% of all respondents will follow and be brand loyal to those who invest in soccer. That's a very big number. Any CEO here says, that's a big number.
And that's what makes it naturally alkaline. It's very good for you, as well as electrolyte rich. We've won numerous packaging awards for the design that you guys see in front of you. We are the official water of USA water polo, all the Olympic teams through the through the Rio Olympic Games coming up. We are in 16 states, but we are most excited to be a part of Mr. Robert Sun's fantastic organization, and he is hopefully going to lead our efforts into China. China is the #1 growth market for bottled water, especially for premium imported bottled water, and obviously in the world. It's an incredible growth opportunity, and we're really, really excited to kind of take it to that level. And so with all of your guidance and hopefully with some of your connections, and I'm really excited to meet most of you that I haven't been able to meet already. I really hope to kind of continue that forward, but thank you so much for having me, and I'll keep it short.
Staff has also traveled with Robert, probably more than I have. I know his wife Lisa, his son Adam. What I've learned about Robert is, Robert, as someone suggested, is about relationships. And there are different kinds of relationships, as you're so familiar with. Some of them are good, some of them are surprising in one way or another, and other relationships turn into something of value for the long term. What I found with Robert is Robert has been able to help us identify, find, be introduced to individuals, companies, what have you, that can lead to really good relationships. I've joked with him a little bit that he's a little bit like Henry Kissinger was. He carefully moves between the different entities in a situation. I've seen Robert in some very delicate situations in China where there were different factions, if you will, different opinions. And I watched Robert not lean to one or the other because he could have, but instead he looked for a way to balance the interests and get to a resolution that felt good for everybody. You know, there's the old win-win thing, which doesn't really work. I think Robert finds a way that everybody can find the middle ground, find the compromise. So I really appreciated the associations. I've met others here and others at other of these events, and all of them have been quality people, so I'm sure there's more here today to meet, so I really appreciate that. And I think most importantly is China. I watch Chinese TV at night in English, of course, and they have this commercial, Beautiful China, and I think, wow, that is the vision of what China can be, right? And of course, China has some other parts to it that are not the beautiful China. But what we are about doing is helping significant groups in China lift China to what it can become. And one of China's major issues, of course, is pollution of all types. It's a logical thing in a developing country. The pollution comes with it, and China's been in a great hurry. And what we are identifying with China in projects that we do, how to do them in a way that really makes sense. Some of you are aware of the concept of carbon neutral, which basically says nothing negative on the land. And of course the water, close to China too, actually, right? Absolutely. And I totally echo that. The concept of development that isn't a load on the planet, on the country, on the people, but finding a way to make it a positive in all respects. And that's what we do. We call it planning, but it's really about building community at all levels. And again, thank you very much for inviting us, and look forward to meeting all of you. Thank you.
In the past years, I've networked for over 7,000 people, from CEOs to young professionals. And I realized it's not about connecting with people, it's about connecting with the right people. So I've started an organization called the World Networks, which is an exclusive, invitation-based professional network where quality people connect with one another in building relationships, creating jobs for the communities, helping businesses grow, and building a bridge between the communities. Right now we're Los Angeles-based. Within a year we launched in a different state, Dallas, Texas. We're happy to announce that we'll be launching in China, so in Shanghai, this September. Yes, and so we are here to build more relationships. Yes. And Mary, our branding director, could speak about the ambassadors that we're looking to build relationships with for the China market. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Galstian with Galsti Brand Group. I am the founder and CEO. We are branding the World Networks, and as you can see, we're getting ready to launch in September. So we're looking for savvy ambassadors to help us build the bridge between the American market and the Chinese market.
We basically do a similar work. We help companies to facilitate financing. We can find targets for merger acquisitions. So we basically do preliminary work. We don't do the extensive due diligence part of it, but we make sure the quality, the type of company you look for that's qualified, and type of financing you get, it's the best type of financing you get. That's how we can help you guys, okay? So call me.
I'm doing a lot of overseas travel now, bringing brokers, real estate agents on commercial and luxury residential together that might be beneficial to other organizations that have those networks overseas. It's a platform that's very specific to helping you leverage your marketing efforts to get properties exposed. And we do everything from regular traditional sales to auctions, to real estate auctions. So if you're familiar with private auctions and how they work, not just a distressed sale, but also a luxury sale, a retail sale. So we bring value to what sellers are selling. So as all these acquisitions are happening all over the world, not everyone's thinking about their exit strategy. And what we do is we employ that, you're employing us to help you with that strategy. And you know, I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and have that conversation when the time is right. So really do appreciate the opportunity to present, and take care. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm a chubby guy standing in a forest of giants. That's how I feel. I'm wonderfully to hear this free money and more money.
Free water.
And free water. This water right here. So I want to say thank you all very much. We're real estate developers. We build communities out in Riverside County now. My partner is Phil Jones. I'm Jim Wong, so we're J&W Development, J&W. And we're building communities out there. Between my partner and I, we probably put together about 30,000 units in the last 30-some years. So we're quite honored to have you to come and see us when we have our projects done and ready. We're not competitors with anybody. We're our friends. We're here to share our experiences. We'll be happy to host anybody to come out and see us. And we're also building other projects. Speaking of Hawaii, we're putting together a reef experience in Hawaii with the University of Hawaii out there. We'll be building hotels and water parks, swimming in the ocean except in the inland. We're also doing that now, looking at a site in San Diego and also in China. And they're building projects like this in Dubai. So that's what we're doing also here. And I'm also looking for a partner. So I used to work in the oil business. We're bringing in gas from Middle East into China, gas pipelines and oil pipelines. So if anybody have any interest, please give me a call. I thank you, and I'm most honored, and I promise to lose weight. Thank you.
Drink Hawaii water.
I will drink Hawaii water.
But upscale. So we'll go for drinks in Malibu, at Nobu, Getty Museum in the Getty Center, or Michelin star dining. So that is my job. I get to have fun every day when I do go out. Nice to meet everyone.
I'm always hoping to be able to expand my personal network to the Chinese community, and that was part of the reason why I attended the event last month. And I was lucky enough to know him, and he was kind enough to invite me to attend this event, and I'm very honored. And what I do is I'm an attorney, a tax attorney and CPA myself.
So they select us. They think that we can help them to market their products, their technology. Indeed, we are going to market Huawei technology in the U.S., in the education, and also in Chinese commerce society. Myself was a friend of Robert Hudson, and we know for a while. And also he's our alumni at the University of California, so Riverside. That's why I know him through all the kind of meetings and the conferences.
In sales, we help a lot of companies, primarily in the commercial space, expanding their business, whether it be site selection, finding land sites for ground-up development. We also work very closely with companies in the hand-holding process if they're not in a market, expanding them into various markets, rolling out their expansion plans, working with a number of franchisees and national credit tenants right now that we have exclusives in particular markets. Aside from that, we have 54 offices. We're rapidly expanding throughout the country. And it'd be great to get to know some of your businesses, what you do, and if you're at all looking to expand location-wise here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoever has interest about any audio files, we can have a separate session. Thank you. I'm glad to meeting you all here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm not here today to represent South Korea. I'm here to represent my company, Rodeo AP. We are the investment company based in US and East Asia, especially South Korea. So here is a Northern America. We are investment company. We have a very diverse portfolio. So we invest in real estate, where's the green land. I mean, we invest in real estate, and also we invest in the Hollywood film.